Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Tri-Cities Divine Fellowship.
Home version.
Pastor Phil, Pastor Jan. It's the only time we ever call ourselves pastor.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
A lot of people call me Miss Janice, and a lot of people call him Mr. Phil.
Yeah.
Those titles work really well for us.
Story I've told many times is the very, very, very first funeral I ever did. And the funeral director asked me what to call me. And he says, should I call you Reverend or Pastor? And I went, I'm about the most irreverent you want to know. So call me Phil.
Yes. Because in our world, it's far better to be sacrilegious than sanctimonious.
Absolutely. And yes, I do have some foo-foo
Allergies.
things that have been, dermatologist type stuff. So not to worry. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Tammy. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Valerie.
Glad to have you aboard.
Yup. Aboard.
I forgot to remind you we were going to talk about stuff this morning.
Well, you told me a few days
I
ago.
know, but I forgot
That's
to
the
remind
last time
you
she
this
told
morning.
me, so might be a surprise. Who knows? All right. T-shirts, sweatshirts. Hi, Marlena. These are more engineer type T-shirts. So, and it has, these are all misspelled and crossed out. So, I am an engineer, all crossed out. And down at the bottom, I solve problems. So, yep. And another one, logic, definition. The art of being wrong with confidence. I like that.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
And with a flying pig says, with enough thrust, pigs just flip through the pit.
Easy for you to say.
With enough thrust, pigs fly just fine. And I have to say, I may even have to get this one. I love this one.
Yeah.
Engineer's motto: if it isn't broken, take it apart and fix it. I like that one. I do. We do have a couple patron saints by the name of George Carlin and John
Actually,
Lennon,
yours
though.
is, if it ain't broken, take it apart and make it electrical.
Or take it apart and make it better.
Take
I
it
do
apart
that
and
all
do
the time.
something
Take it
different.
apart and make it better.
Make it different.
Make a difference. Yep. Okay, John.
Yes, John.
Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
Mm-hmm.
What the dog do? Oh, she just got up.
Just wandered around.
Okay.
I think she's going to couch. She's going to go to the couch. Can you see her?
Yep. Goodbye. Bye, dog.
Nap time. Aren't we lucky?
Yeah. George said, bowling is not a sport. You have to rent the shoes.
That makes it not a sport.
I guess not. In his mind.
Well, you don't know what goes on in his mind.
I
Or
know.
what did go
you
on
don't,
in his...
You don't want to know. So.
Yeah, no.
Botanically speaking, the banana is an herb.
An herb.
The jalapeno is a fruit. And apples and peaches are members of the rose family.
Well, isn't that just peachy?
Ha. Well, just a rosy picture, that's for sure.
Ain't that the truth?
Okay.
I hope you guys are doing fine.
Yeah.
We're just kind of goofy. Are you goofy? Is everybody goofy too?
May's
You're feeling
goofy. Hi, May.
May's not goofy.
She's not?
No, she's
Oh.
sweet.
Well, she is sweet.
Yeah.
She is sweet, yes. Things
Just
to
don't
make you
mess
go,
with her family.
no.
That'd be a different tune.
Dare to do things worthy of imprisonment if you mean to be of consequence.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know about that one.
I don't either.
Are we
I wasn't
getting
gonna do that one.
sunshine? We're
We
getting
are.
sunshine.
We
Oh,
are, of
great.
course, now. Oops. In skating over thin ice, our safety is in our speed.
Hmm.
Do it fast and leave.
You move, yes, why you move so quickly in this world. Isn't it?
Fortunately for serious minds, a bias recognized is a bias sterilized.
Hmm.
The worst thing about some men is that when they are not drunk, they are sober. We may affirm absolutely that nothing great in this world has been accomplished without passion.
There's a truthful one.
Yep.
There's a truthful one.
I agree.
Tapping into the passion. That's the key.
Yep.
That's the trick.
Yeah, I love this one.
I have a whole
I
lot
did
of
this
stuff I
one.
could say
No wonder
about
I
that.
loved it. Okay. Each moment of the year has its own beauty. a picture which was never seen before and which shall never be seen again.
Each moment.
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Go Ralph. Man,
Yeah.
you're a smart guy.
Yep. Okay.
Boy, you're just powering through this stuff.
I know. Little kids. Well, not completely little. This kid was Craig, 9 years old. What would
That's
you
little.
do?
That's little.
Oh, yeah. All
Anything
little.
under 27 is little, Phil.
True. What would you do on a
Perspective.
first date that was turning sour? I'd run home and play dead. The next day I would call the newspapers and make sure they wrote about me in all the dead columns. I like
Play
it.
dead.
I like it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the half of that one that I didn't do. Just some short ones today.
Okay.
I was in a small store in a nearby town one evening, wanting to find out when it opened the next morning. I stopped a teenage staff member on her way out and asked, "What are your hours?" Her reply, "Right now, 6 to 9 because I'm in school, but next month I'll be full-time."
Because the world does revolve around a teenager.
Yes. My friend Garrett had the solution to forgetting his wife's birthday and their wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
He opened an account with a local florist and provided with both dates as well as instructions to send flowers and cards signed "Your loving husband, Garrick." For a few years, it worked. Then, one day, Garrick came home on their wedding anniversary. He saw the flowers on the dining room table and said, "What nice flowers! Where did you get them?" Oops.
And then the fight started.
Oops. What a moron.
You know, sometimes we just are.
Yep.
We were going to talk about Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah.
She was quite a character.
Should I tell the story or?
Yes, please. That's what I...
Okay. This was in our second building, so our building before this one. So it's been 23 years ago, 20-ish years ago anyway. And we were doing service, had somebody new. Actually, I don't remember if she'd been there once before, whatever. But anyway, lady we really didn't know. While I was in the front of the room, she stood up, and I just kind of looked, and she said, what did she say? She said that I've been thrown out of more churches than I can remember. I'm a practicing witch, and I firmly believe the Bible is a made-up book that to control women. And with that, everybody's looking at her, and I went, "Great! Welcome! I'm glad you're here." And everybody's laughing now, and
She
not
was
at her.
laughing.
She was laughing because she was like, "Yeah, I can believe she'd gotten thrown out." Afterwards, I can believe she got thrown out of a lot of churches. But she moved many years ago back over to Portland, but she so changed after that. After a few years, we baptized her, and she was just this completely different person.
Kind,
loving,
gentle.
Just this
Boy,
sweet person.
right after she introduced herself in that way, Daryl did a message for us. Daryl used to do messages, and she just tore him apart. He was joking. He was joking, and pretended to be his other brother Daryl, and
I forgot
talked
about
in a
that.
southern accent.
I
and,
forgot about
And she
that.
just shredded him in services, and Deb Rowden had to stand up and say, "No, this is you're missing the point.
It's a joke.
This is really Daryl, our Daryl, and it's just a joke." And but she,
Hurt Daryl's feelings.
oh, terribly. I think it did some major damage. She never did speak for us after that. But this harsh, critical, bitter person softened because of the love that we expressed to her. We didn't make her change. We didn't, we said, "It's okay, calm down." But from that moment on, everybody was just kind. And that kindness shifted her. And yes, it took years. It took years. And the baptism, it's not so much we baptize her into a certain religion, or we didn't. That's our way of doing baptizing someone into their sacred path, their path of ascension.
Daryl's watching.
Hey, Daryl, we were just
Daryl.
talking about you.
We were. I don't know if you heard that or not.
I don't know if you heard it or not. But anyway, so after her baptism, she broke into song Amazing Grace.
Oh,
And she meant it. She really meant it. Her world changed because of grace. Not because she earned it, not because she deserved it, not because it was due her, but because we were kind. And she tapped into a kindness she had never known before. And that's what love can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing, isn't it? Anything else I need to... Oh, we want to talk a little bit... Speaking of baptism, we want to talk a little bit about some of the baptisms we've done in the past. Our favorite is we went to Crystal Gray's pool. It was a beautiful sunny day.
Did it a couple times.
A couple times there. She's moved, so that's out the window.
We could go knocking on the door and ask if we could use the pool.
Oh, no. So when we would baptize people, one particular time, whenever we put it out there, usually there's a whole herd of people that want to participate in that ceremony,
Ceremony?
Yeah.
Party, actually.
Yeah, it was a party.
There's
But,
an excuse
you know,
for a
it
party.
steps people into a higher level of their awareness, higher level of their spiritual journey.
It really does.
Because it just clears away whatever was and awakens you to what's coming. And at one point we were baptized people, and then the rest of the group that was there to observe, or the rest of the people that were waiting to be baptized, would support that person in the water and pass them down. It was beautiful.
That's
This
pretty cool.
opening to a new expression of your spiritual journey.
The only time it ever happened.
Yeah.
Just that once.
Just that once, and it was spontaneous. It was so beautiful, and
Hey,
then
Susan.
to be uplifted and carried along as you began your journey, to let it just really set in. It was really quite beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Was.
So all of this is setting us up to our discussion today about grace. Amazing grace. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. And I have a really in-depth guided meditation I'm going to share with you. So I think this is your cue to...
Am I out of here?
Vominos.
I was going to ask you if I was out of
Do
here.
I need to say anything more about
No,
any of that?
No, I don't think so. Anybody that missed what we just got through saying,
You can review
you
it.
missed it.
You can
You
review
review
it.
it. Yeah.
But anyway, so thank you, Mr. Phil, for sharing that with us. He's amazing, isn't he? I just love this guy. I mean, anybody else, if somebody stood up in the church and said, I've been thrown out of more churches than you've ever been to.
And actually, she's one of my usual stories that I go to when I get asked by a pastor or someone that I know is, let's just say, ultra conservative and more than a little curious about what do we do
judgmental
here.
of
Yeah,
who we
judgmental.
are,
Oh yeah.
'cause-
Oh, she is my story. And when I get finished with the story, my question to the person or the pastor is that, well, so what would you have done with someone like that? Before I tell them what we did, I just tell them that she stood up and did what she did. And they went, to the person, they've said, well, I guess we'd try to get her out of there as soon as possible. And I went, yep. We laughed. We just laughed with her. And she
Broke
calmed
the
right down,
tension.
broke the tension. And I later would tell them that, and it took a few years, but we baptized her.
Yeah.
So it stops all its questions from people that ask me sometimes.
Yeah, well, and so the criticism that we get as pastors is that we should be telling you what to believe. And we just aren't going to do that. You know, we don't care what you believe. We care that you believe.
Yeah.
And the beauty of
And
that
everybody's
is
on their own journey.
Everybody's on their own path. And we're happy to share with you what brings us joy and how we tap into grace and how we feel fulfilled. But the decisions are yours. It's your journey, not mine. Excuse me.
Okay.
So
am I out of here now?
go in peace.
I am now.
Go in peace. What's the peace sign? What's the peace sign? Go in peace. This is
Yeah.
not the peace sign.
Yeah.
Is this peace?
Yeah.
Oh, this is peace.
Yeah.
I was doing sword fingers like you're going to do a healing on somebody.
Peace.
But peace. Go in peace.
You have a phone? You have
I
a
do.
phone.
Be gone.
All right.
Excuse me. A little bit of a tickle there. Let me have a little taste. Anyway. Joyce, you might even remember that experience we just spoke about. And let's start with a prayer, shall we? I think that's a good thing. This one is entitled, if I can talk. This is from our little book, Prayers and Gratitudes, and you can get a free copy online if you go to thedivinefellowship.com and just click on the link. So this is a prayer for the world. Loving Spirit of light, send more light into the world. Break through the darkness. Uplift those who are faltering and bless those who help. Amplify hope, joy, and love in the highest octave. Help me to do my part, as is right and good. In the name of the Ascended One, Jesus. Amen. And our gratitude that goes with that, I'm grateful for the light of awareness that breaks through the darkness and brings truth and peace. Amen to that, don't you think? So I want to chat with you a little bit about grace, amazing grace, and how sweet it is, how sweet the sound. Excuse me. Grace really means unmerited favor. And, am I going to share this with you or not? 1 second, I'm clearing. Okay, so years and years and years and years and years ago, I was asked to do a message for the ladies' Bible class. And different ladies would do different messages here and there. So I was asked to do one on grace. So I read all there was to know about grace, and then I shared what I had read. And later I was pulled aside by the minister's wife is in the class, pulled aside by the minister and said, we don't believe that. Because my point was that we do the best that we can, and then when we can't do anymore, there's all this divine grace that clears the pathway for us. And not only that, but grace is also this underpinning, uplifting blessing that helps us do better, helps us be kinder, helps us be more gentle, helps us be encouraging to others. And I was pulled aside and said, no, we don't believe that. We believe you have to really work. You have to work at your salvation. You have to work at the even just being considered a Christian. You have to work at it. So, needless to say, we had to find a different church to attend after that because I couldn't let that go. And, they were welcome to believe that. That's okay if that's what they felt they needed to do. And their perspective was that you got to strive. And I get that. But why does it have to be hard work? Why can't grace just be this blessing that helps us along the journey? That was my thought. And we had to part ways because of that. It was really quite sad to me because I had made a lot of really good friends. But I couldn't back down. Couldn't back down on my belief or my understanding of grace. So I'm going to share with you my understanding of grace. Your understanding of grace might be different. And that's okay. And I hope we don't have to part ways. I hope you can just allow me to think the way I think, and you can think the way you think. It's way okay with me. The technical definition of grace is divine influence to regenerate and sanctify. Regenerate and sanctify. We get worn down, don't we? I know I do. And especially with all this stuff that's going down right now, it's just really hard not to connect with people. As a bit of a people person, I may be terribly shy, but I'm also very much a people person. And to be isolated is really hard. It's really hard. So to have the ability to regenerate without creating that energy for myself, it's just a gift. It's just a gift. How beautiful is that? Grace also inspires virtuous impulses. If you have a sense of wanting to be kind, that's grace. That's grace in action. It imparts strength to endure or assist. We all need that right now, don't we? We need the strength to endure. We need the strength to assist us in this journey that we're experiencing right now. And grace is also about individual virtue or excellence of divine origin. We can be so much better than our true nature, than our personal nature. that when we tap into divine nature, there's this extra boost that we get. It's an extra boost. Couldn't we use an extra boost? I know I can. It's also said that the taste, smell, sight, feel, all of those, the five senses, I think I got them all screwed up. I probably said the same one twice. Those are called graces because they are. What a beautiful blessing. Can we function without them? Yes. But how beautiful to have that as a way to sense and perceive our world. And those of us who are a little intuitive, we can claim that sixth sense as well, can we not? Grace is how we show it to others by being kind and letting go of an offense. That's grace. Letting it go. That's grace. And you know, sometimes it takes divine inspiration to do that, does it not? And to just be there with someone. Be there when people are hurting. And that doesn't have to be in physical presence. You know, sometimes texting someone back and forth and just being an encouragement. What a beautiful grace. What a beautiful grace. To forgive or ask for forgiveness is an aspect of grace. Again, that letting it go. Gentle speech. His speech was with grace. A good book says, let your speech be flavored, seasoned with grace. It's so easy to be harsh, isn't it? That's kind of natural. We certainly see it, hear it, read it. But to have that graceful speech where we're blessing and encouraging, that's something else. And then, of course, gratitude is a part of grace. I'd like to read to you one Bible verse. I think this is just awesome. Of course, you know me. I think them are awesome. But this is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. Let us therefore, and you know, every time you see a therefore, you might want to go back and read and see what it's there for. But therefore, draw near with confidence to the throne of grace. Holy cow! We don't have to be afraid of God. We don't have to be afraid of divine source. We can draw near with confidence because there's nothing between us and divine source. Nothing. Oh, maybe we think that there's a fault, or maybe we experienced some damaging experience in the past, or we think that makes us less than or unworthy. No. We can draw near with confidence. We can stand in the presence of grace itself. How cool is that? Isn't that amazing? That's a wonderful thing. Let's see, read the rest of that verse. That was enough, but here we go. That we may receive mercy and may find grace to help in time of need. We get to receive that. Step up, step into that. What a beautiful blessing that is. And the way cool thing about grace is you can't earn it. You can't get grace because you did it and you're worthy of it, or you're deserving of it. You're just automatically, naturally worthy of it because God is giving that as a gift. Divine source, all that is, blesses you and acknowledges you without taking into where I was standing in this big room, like an atrium or something, anteroom, and Jesus was there, and he says, "Hey, you ready to go?" And where we're going? He says, "You're going to meet God." And I said, "Oh, I don't know. No, not me, because, you know, who am I?" And Jesus kind of just patted me on the shoulder, just, "Come on, it'll be okay." I thought, well, okay. Followed him in there, and yeah, of course I couldn't see God, but I could experience this feeling. And what I felt was this love, nothing but love, There wasn't, well, you should have done that on this day, and you could have done that on that day, but you didn't, so shame on you, you horrible thing. No, it was just this beautiful grace. I wept. I wept in the vision. I weep thinking about it now. It's so beautiful. And you're entitled to that. It's your birthright. It's your birthright because you exist. You're breathing. How beautiful is that? Step into that. You have a right to that. Beth was doing did a post on the Ascension Path group that studies the Ancient Ones and some of their things that they've spoken about. And of course, the Ancient Ones had quite a bit to say about grace. So Beth said, well, why don't you give me 3 words to describe what grace feels like to you? I'm going to read you that list. It was awesome. It was awesome. Self-assured, peaceful, connected, safe, knowing, confident, secure, covered, protected, confident, passionate. Ooh, Phil was talking about passion and moving into utilizing that passion to make a difference in this world. Grateful, joyful, abundant, calm, tolerant, compassionate, smooth. Ooh, smooths out all those rough edges. Effortless. We do a lot of efforting in our world, don't we? So to have that space of effortlessness, how wonderful is that? Peaceful, patient, content, confident. I think I did confident already. Knowing one's worth. Forgiven. All clear. Just all clear. Loved. Courageous. Humbled. Free. Loved. And then somebody decided to, instead of 3 separate words, they were going to make a phrase. It was really cute. Walking on sunshine. Remember that song? Walking on sunshine. Finding lost money. Kissing newborn babies. Kissing newborn babies. And wet puppy kisses. Got the last 2 confused. That's how it feels. Do we allow ourselves to feel that? It's available. It's available. It's right here. All it takes is that expansive awareness to tap into it. And here we are. It's this becoming all clear. Now, I've talked to you about all clear before. And that's when we can get all clear. That's when we get clearer perceptions, clearer inspiration, clearer insights, clearer communication, clearer guidance, clearer directions. All clear. That's grace. Grace is the vehicle to help us get there. In our superpower card that we did a few weeks ago, I'm read you a couple of what hope and grace coupled with gratitude. It says, new beginnings emerge from present gratitudes. The next step appears. Wouldn't it be nice to know what we're doing? Grace allows that. Grace coupled with gratitude allows that. And the byproduct is hope. You know, we get kind of caught up in despair. We get caught up in the struggle for life. Especially when things aren't flowing as we would like them to. Our preferences are not being met. Our expectations are not being met. Kindness. When you add kindness to grace and hope, today yields unexpected delights when today is filled with kind action. So take that grace and share it. And the result is delight. How fun is that? I don't know about you, but delight is a pretty cool thing. Forgiveness. Dignity reclaimed grants you new beginnings and new dreams. Dream big. Dignity reclaimed. There you go. When we suffer trauma, we suffer disruption or we do stupid stuff. Is that a bad word? But we do. We're human. We do that stuff. And we carry that. But to clear that is dignity reclaimed. And the result of dignity reclaimed is new beginnings and new dreams. We can dream big. Honor. Stand upright in your truth. A better day emerges for you now. A better day. Isn't it a much better day to know that you're all clear? That whatever happened to you is what happened to you, but doesn't change the fact that you are love and you are light and you are blessed. 2 more, and then I'll do our guided meditation. Courage. Hope and grace open the door for you. Seek courage and move forward. All of them seem to have the same pattern of moving forward. Without grace, it doesn't seem to be possible to move forward. We get stuck. Feeling stuck? Reclaim some grace here. Revisit grace. Renew that grace. And expanded awareness and grace asks you to gifts of spiritual nature awaken within you now. Wake up. Wake up to who you truly are, a sacred being of light. And everything in the world is just stuff. And we can take it personally. We can take it as an offense. We can take it as, oh, this is evidence that I'm not good enough. That's not the truth. That's not the truth of who you are. Not in divine eyes. See yourself from the eyes of divine. And as a result, it's beautiful. Just beautiful. So are you ready for your guided meditation? I'm ready to share it with you. This is a little longer than we normally do. How am I doing on time? Okay. So get centered. Get comfortable in your chair. Let me take a little drink for my throat. And from that place of centering, allow your awareness to go to the bottoms of your feet. Taking your awareness to the bottoms of your feet allows you to notice there's an energy portal there at the bottom of each foot. This energy portal is a two-way street. You can open this portal and any heavy energy dissipates down, falls through your body down into the earth, and the earth can receive it. Let Mother Earth receive that. Do you ever have a boo-boo and an owie and you ran to your mommy and mommy did magic kisses and made it better? Let Mother Earth do that for you. But you got to give it up. Just let it go. As you're receiving grace Delilah. Phil, can you come get your dog? Home version. Probably set your dogs off, didn't it? Since your cat's running. I don't know what she's barking at. Shh. Thank you, Phil. So you're releasing energy that you no longer need, letting Mother Earth receive it. And you're also allowing that mothering, strengthening energy to be drawn up into your body and reside in your heart space. At the same time, now open the portal at the top of your head, and this connects you to Divine Source. And tap into that energy, and the energy portal of that opens, and this living light of love flows in and touches your mind, touches your awareness, touches your memories. And that grace blesses you and dispels all of that, those harsh things and all the judgment we have about them, the lost expectations, the disappointments. And you can let them go. And they'll just fall out of your body down into the earth. And this grace, this beautiful living light of love flows down into your heart space. Feels really good to center into that, does it not? And as you're centering into that, we're going to take a little journey. We're going to take a little journey into the jungle. So allow yourself to notice that you're taking this journey in a far land with this massive jungle. And we're going to go into a jungle preserve. And as we step into the preserve, or move into this preserve, there's a gate there. So what does your gate look like? Is it a chain link fence? Is it a cattle guard? Or is it wooden? You know what a cattle guard is? It's where they have the slats in the ground, and cows don't walk over that because they don't like the feel of that. So is it a chain link fence or a chain link gate? Is it a cattle guard or is it a wooden gate? Wooden gate. Whichever you choose has spiritual significance for you. You're met by a guide who's going to take you deep into the jungle, and we're going to have a beautiful experience there. Which guide comes to meet with you, comes to walk with you? A native, a tour guide, or a park ranger? Whichever one you choose or whichever one you see has spiritual significance for you. A native, a tour guide, or a park ranger. And you're going to now begin your trek into the jungle. How you journey will have spiritual significance for you as well. Do you travel by jeep? Do you travel on foot? Or do you travel with an elephant? Do you ride an elephant? Which one? By jeep, on foot, or with an elephant? And as you journey into the jungle, allow yourself to experience this fully. Feel the warmth of the jungle. Notice the sounds, the birds. And they're very strange birds. They're different than the birds you hear in your backyard. Very different sounds. Maybe there's bug sounds. And maybe there's different animal sounds that you hear. Have a sense of that. Notice that. Acknowledge that. And look around you. See what you see as you're walking through the jungle or journeying through the jungle. Notice there are ferns and trees and plants with huge leaves. Some of the trees are covered in moss or have vines hanging from them. And the rocks and stones have moss on them as well. And notice the dappled sunlight. And as you look up, the canopy of the forest is thick. And you feel kind of contained. Feel how warm the temperature is here. The moisture in the air. Notice that. Maybe you're wearing hiking boots or tennis shoes or hiking gear. Notice that. And notice the leaves as they brush your skin as you go by. And smell. See what the smells are here. The loamy soil, the earthy smell here. Maybe there's some exotic flowers that you see and you can smell. And as you're journeying along, you step into an opening and you view a lush valley below. And notice that there is a stream feeding into a beautiful azure pool. Get closer. Your tour guide or whoever your guide here, whether it's a native, the tour guide, or the park ranger, takes you closer to this beautiful azure pool, blue pool. And as you get closer, you notice that it's not actually water, it's actually light. And so you touch it. You get down off your elephant. If you're riding an elephant, you get out of the Jeep or you walk over and you touch this water that's actually light. And it feels energizing and refreshing. And take a drink. Oh, it feels so good. Like you've been starving for this water, this light water, for all of your life. And here it is. And it feels so energizing. And it's so exciting to be here that you just step into this light pool. And you feel it. Feel its energy. Feel all the frustrations, regret, sorrow, anxiety. Feel all that fade away. It's not who you are. And this beautiful light energy absorbs that and takes it from you. And in its place, your body consumes or draws in more of this energy. You feel recharged, renewed, revitalized as the energy surrounds your body and as you release even more distress. Notice your body, mind, and spirit drink in this energy. The more you release, the more you receive. Feel unexpectedly clear and peaceful, and you're ready to go and energized. And step out of the pool. And as you do, you notice something right underneath, at the edge of the pool, right underneath the fern frond. Notice what you receive. Notice what you see. Is it an orb of light? Hey, enough. Leave it. An orb of light, an animal tooth on a leather cord, or a brilliant gemstone. Which do you see? If you don't see anything, pick one. Which would you choose? An orb of light, an animal tooth on a leather cord, or a brilliant gemstone? And now it's time for us to return to the jungle. You feel clear, blessed, full of light and wonder, mercy, grace. All of those things have been gifted to you. You will remember this energy and reclaim it merely by remembering this azure pool of light. As you return back to the compound where we first started, you give your guide a gift. Do you give your guide money or coins? Do you give your guide an invitation to visit you? Or do you give your guide a hat or an article of clothing? No, whichever you choose or whichever you see has deep spiritual significance for you. So allow yourself to step away from this scene, back into the here and now, back into your physical form. Take a deep breath in, and really let that energy of grace fill you, recharge you, and know that you're carrying this with you. Now let me give you some. Should we do communion first? Yes, let's do communion first. And then I'll give you the interpretations. Mr. Phil, if you'd join me up front, please. Not up front. In the front room. Old habits, you know. You have a barky dog this morning.
I know.
Sheesh. What's your problem?
Life. I can eat this today.
Yes, you can. Feels much better. Thank you for all your prayers and concerns. He needed them and is much blessed as a result. Join us in prayer, please. Loving Spirit of Light, as we take this in, whether symbolically or physically, help us to know that your grace is here for us. Help us to receive it with this symbolic action. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
You heard crunching. It's a good thing I saved you a bite. Join us in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of Light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in grace. Help help grace to fill us, renew us, and recharge us and revitalize us. Thank you for this blessed gift from the one who has already ascended. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. And of course, thanks Beth. God, that Beth.
That bad.
She's already posted a link up there for donations. You know, because normally now we pass the basket. But the one thing I really, and I know I say this occasionally, I really miss is when I pick somebody in the congregation to actually come up and just say something.
You know what we could do? We could ask certain people, or not just certain people, but ask people to say what they like about the Divine Fellowship, and maybe they would post that, and we can review that.
But I'm always so touched by the things people say. I mean, it's not just, you know, the casual, sometimes normal platitudes. They're deep felt feelings. It's always quite nice.
Yeah, and thank you for...
Boy, Casey's right there. Or is that Cassie? Right there with question.
Okay, all right. Well, let me get to the descriptions then.
Okay.
So thank you all for participating with donations and stuff.
And you can also do, you know, Amazon Smile. You know, you buy things from Amazon. You do it on Amazon Smile, and they send money to the church a little bit. We get a couple checks a year. They're small, but hey, you know, everything's appreciated. So thank you.
Much so. All right. Thank you, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me give you what each of these things mean, and then you can see how it feels for you. Pardon me. What I want to do is I will post the meditation and the answers online so that you can go back and review this, because I think this is really powerful stuff, especially when after you get it all done, you read how they all fit together. Oh, powerful stuff. All right, so let's begin. So the gate of the preserve responds to what's holding you back. If you saw a chain link fence, what's holding you back right now is a barking dog. No. What's holding you back right now is expectations. Maybe there's other people's expectations on you. Maybe it's your expectations on how it needs to be. But expectations are holding you back. I want to take a look at that. If it was a cattle guard, what's holding you back right now is fear. Fear. If it was a wooden gate, what's holding you back right now is inexperience. There's more you need to learn, more you could know about this, and there's more information that would help you feel more comfortable to move forward. The guide that you met, or the guide that's here for you to walk you through this meditation, is how Spirit helps you right here, right now. So if you were met with a native, Spirit blesses your natural abilities now. You got this. Let Spirit activate that and help you with that. So whatever was holding you back, notice that. And if native was the guide that's here, trust this natural abilities that you already have and know that they're being enhanced by Spirit. If you were met by a tour guide, Spirit clearly guides your path now. You have the guidance. Whatever was holding you back, notice that and trust the guidance that you're given. If your guide is a park ranger, Spirit is bringing you a teacher to help you. Or the teacher's already here and it's time to pay attention in a new way, taking it on in a new way, listening in a new way. The more information that's necessary for you is here. It's here. Take advantage of that. As we begin our trek into the jungle, how you journey is the blessings given to you now. Did you travel by jeep? Joy is being renewed. Can you feel it? If you traveled on foot, you courageously take the next step. The next step is being revealed. You know what to do. You got it. You got this. You have a feeling of that. Instead of waiting and hesitating, you got it. You got this. And if you rode an elephant, you remember who you really are. Who are you really? You are a loving being of light. filled with grace. That's who you are. And that's how you're going to navigate your life from this moment on. That's the blessing of the here and now. Then we noticed the jungle sounds, the feelings, the smells, and then we stepped into an opening and saw this beautiful stream and the azure pool of light. When you stepped into the pool, you felt cleared, and when you stepped out of the pool, you felt re-energized, and you noticed something under a fern frond, and whatever you found relates to the result you're going to feel or experience as a result of getting clear. Okay, you just got all clear. That's all clear, folks. And as you step into that all clear and claim that all clear and live that all clear, here's the result. If you received an orb of light, your purpose is renewed and you're able to fulfill your destiny with grace. Your purpose is renewed. I think we can have more than one purpose in our life. And I think at different times in our lives, we have different purposes. And whatever phase you're in your life right now, your purpose for being here is being renewed. If you're here, you got purpose. And this is being renewed right now if you receive this orb of light. Your purpose is being renewed. And the purpose can be simple. It can be simply just encouraging another human being. Being the one of encouragement, being the one of light, being the one of joy. Who knows? Maybe you're meant to write a book. Maybe you're meant to sing a song. Maybe you're meant to create a beautiful quilt that will keep someone warm and comfortable. You will renew your purposefulness is being renewed if you receive the orb of light. If you receive the animal tooth on a leather cord, this is empowering your truth. You'll be able to speak your truth with grace. You'll be able to speak your truth with grace. Doesn't matter if people hear it. And you'll know if it can't be honored, you'll just speak it to the ones that can hear it. But you'll be able to speak your truth with grace. And truth is neutral. It doesn't inflame. It doesn't aggravate. It's just truth. It's just neutral. Today is Sunday. That's the truth. Well, I'm infuriated because today's... No, people don't get upset. It's just what day it is. That's the power of walking in your truth or speaking your truth. If you received a brilliant gemstone, you're going to receive a grace-filled spark of inspiration. A spark of inspiration. How wonderful is that? Keep me posted how that turns out for you. Then we return back to the compound and you give your guide a gift. The gift you give your guide is your purpose now. How your purpose is unfolding. We've talked a little bit about it's gonna, but this is give you a little more clarity on your purpose. Did you give your guide money or coins? Then your purpose now, in this time, in this phase, is to honor the value of yourself and others. Walking a path of honor. Acknowledging the grace in this moment. And honoring the truth of who you really are. Honoring that. Honoring your value. No more feeling less than. No more feeling unworthy. Oh, certainly those feelings and thoughts can sneak back in on us. But you can reclaim this feeling once more by just remembering this azure pool of light. Because that's not the truth. This truth is that you have value. And so do other people. And you'll be able to see it more clearly now than ever before. If you gave your guide an invitation to come visit you, this is a new awakening on a higher level. This is inviting spirit into your life on a higher, clearer, brighter level. How cool is that? Some of us in this group are already on a pretty high level. If you gave your guide an invitation to come visit you, this is inviting Spirit more fully into your life on a higher level, ramping it up. How cool is that? If you gave your guide a hat or article of clothing, this is living fully in the truth of your clear self. This is every moment clear. You're putting it on. It's part of who you are now. No going back. So ponder that for yourself. See how it fits for you. I don't know about you, but just visualizing the guided meditation, writing it down for myself. The beauty of it, the power of it. And we have access to this grace that keeps us all clear at all times. How beautiful a gift is that? How beautiful a gift is that? If you have any specific questions, I know there's a lot of people who wrote everything down that they did, and I just described that. If you have anything different than I just said, send that to Phil, and I'll see if he has. He doesn't have my notes, and he can't really hear me in the back room, so we'll have to see what we can do from there. I may just have to get online and check it out with you there. Let's see. So Phil, you couldn't really hear what I was saying as far as the interpretation. So if people got something different than what I said, that's what I need to talk about. So I may just have to do that online.
Yeah, there's just a few of them, so you could probably do that.
Okay, all right. So I'll get back online. I'll type you the response. I'll also, and you can join me up front, in the front room. Forgot what I was going to say. I'll get back online and I'll look at those again. And I'll also post this meditation in general form, the questions, what they mean, and the responses, what the responses might mean for you.
And for any of you that's, responded in the past, I mean, Jan goes straight from here to the computer to answer them. So
well, I may
very
reheat
quick.
my cup of...
And she may take a break in the restroom. Who knows? But
No, I usually just go straight
TMI.
there. I just go straight there. I don't do that. I'm on it. I'm
Okay.
on this.
Okay.
All right.
Let's finish this.
Let's finish this. We're done.
See, finish right there.
Don't touch that yet. We have to do our energy circle. Well, we can't really do an energy circle, so we're going to do an energy circuit. So you're still grounded into the earth. You're still connected to divine source, that grace. And you could bring that into your heart space. That's where it's all happening. It's right here, right here. The heart tells the mind what to do. The mind is a search engine, and we'll figure out how to get it done.
Sometimes
But
not
the
a good
heart-
search engine.
But the heart will determine what it searches for. If it's going to search for grace, it'll find it. So from your heart, down your left hand, across to your right hand, back to your heart space. And if I were standing up, that would make this big, giant heart shape. But we're going to do it with our hands up here so you can see our hands. And you might even be able to see the energy, I don't know. But you can feel the energy begin to build between the portals in your hands. And as this energy builds, it will go where our intent sends it. Now, there may be someone in your circle of influence that could use healing or comfort or encouragement, grace. Maybe they could use that. So hold them in your awareness for just a moment, and they'll tap into this energy along with us. They'll feel it. They'll be blessed with this energy. So just be mindful of them for just a moment. Feels good to be of service in this way, does it not? Now release that energy, release them to their highest and best good. Bringing fresh energy back in, left hand, right hand, back to the heart space, and letting this energy build again. Oh, beautiful. Let it fill your hands. I don't know about you, my hands are just vibrating. You get to keep this energy. You get to amplify the energy of grace as it exists in your life, as you get to walk in grace from this moment on. Bringing it into your heart space. May your life be a prayer. May you send it out. May you walk in grace. Love you.
Love you too.
We'll see you soon. Be well.